So I saw a really good discussion yesterday on a forum, and it was creativity in mastering. Now, what it was discussing was how creative are you in mastering? And the general consensus was that a lot of people were saying, yeah, I like to be creative in mastering. And then the majority of people were saying, no, let's not be creative. Let's keep it very much to the original client's mix. And I would agree. The issue you have, and this is different if you've got the client attending. So if the client is here standing with me, we're mastering, for instance, you could be creative because you can bounce those ideas off of the client, which ultimately has the kind of final say when it comes to creativity. So the problem you've got with any sort of online service or a non-attended service is that if you're creative in the mastering sense, what tends to happen is you'll send it back and they'll love it or hate it. And it's probably more of a 50-50 thing. And that's not because the master is bad in any way. It's a case of you deviated too far away from the original track. Now, when we talk about creativity, there's multiple things that can be done being creative. And the issue you have is deviating too far away from that original mix and the original creative vibe that the client has set is dangerous because, like I say, they can love it or they can hate it. And when it comes to a non-attended session, if you take a master, a mix how it is, and you elevate, enhance, create that master so it is still that original mix, but now it sounds beautiful. That's what you want to try and achieve. Or that's what I try and achieve every time. And there's reasons behind this, and it is because you deviate too far away, and 50% of the time the client will be like, it's changed too much, or I'm not keen on this, it's got too much weight, or it's too saturated, kind of thing like that. And there's no kind of, in that, those sorts of kind of analysis of the master, there's no real right or wrong. The client ultimately is right because it's there. If you've gone and done a creative master on it, it's then deviating away from what it is that they want to hear. What a client wants to hear is their song mastered, right? So we're talking compression, we're talking good EQ, we're talking widening, we're talking saturation. We're talking basically elevating that original mix into this beautifully polished master. So for me, when it comes to mastering, it's never a case of going too creative. It's fine to go a little bit creative. You know, you can add a nice, warm, lovely low end kind of saturation or something like that gives a track that is dull and lifeless in the low end, gives it that weight and body that you want. And the client 99% of the time will love that because it really adds to the original mix. But if you're starting to do things that are too creative and deviating too far away, you're going to find that the client is hit and miss whether they like it or not. And ultimately results in revising the master to bring it back to where it was that they liked it. So that's kind of my honest opinion on it. And look, it changes if you've got the client there, or if you're on a Zoom call with them or something like that, and you're streaming the audio and you can get instant kind of reactions to the changes and the creative aspect that you're applying. That's a different story, because then you can bounce those ideas and go, right, do you like this? No? Okay, let's go this way. Right, yeah. And then you'll find a creative process that kind of works for both of you. But when it comes to an online service, try not to deviate away from the mix too much. Like, obviously, master the track. Obviously, you've got to do something. But it's a case of mastering and enhancing and using your tools to elevate that track, but never, ever, ever to deviate too far away from it. And that would be, yeah, I mean, look, that's my honest opinion on it. And it's been working brilliantly for the past 11 years.